And now, reporting for Outside the Lines, Bob Lee.
Just 3 days ago, we learned of the medical conclusion that the multiple on-field concussions suffered by former NFL safety Andre Waters led to his depression and his suicide in November. Now, today we learned of another danger from brain trauma for athletes, one that's as ironic as insidious. At a time when all sports are drug testing more stringently than ever, the very violence of these sports can cause athletes' bodies to stop producing testosterone or growth hormone, and so athletes need to add these substances that are banned. Tom Ferry of ESPN The Magazine explains this dilemma.
Head trauma is a fact of life in contact sports, such as football and boxing. How does it feel to be hit in the head really hard?
Oh, man. Well, when you first get hit, you see a big black spot, and then the pain hits you. After I get done with the fight, I'm like, damn, do I really want to do this? Is this the career I really want to choose?
For 19 years, boxer James Toney has continued to return to the ring, where he's won 4 world titles from middleweight to heavyweight. But along the way, he also may have suffered an injury that doctors only now are beginning to understand. It involves the impact of head trauma on the pituitary gland, a pea-sized organ that secretes many of the body's most important hormones.
The pituitary gland sits at the base of the skull. It sits directly behind the eyes and right in the midline behind the nose and the nasal cavity.
UCLA neurosurgeon Dan Kelly is one of the leading researchers in the emerging area of pituitary injuries.
So when someone has a head injury, the brain, we know, moves around within the skull, and there can be stretching of the pituitary stalk, or there can be direct damage to the pituitary gland.
Damage to that so-called master gland can lead to deficiencies in critical hormones that affect everyday energy levels and such processes as the healing of muscles and bones.
Which hormones are you low in, and how low are you?
They said my testosterone level's real low, like damn near non-existent.
Now that's a strange thing to hear from a boxer.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you're in the testosterone sport.
Yeah, but see, I was shocked when Dr. Gordon told me. I was like, oh my God, are you serious?
I was always amazed at his hormone levels being that of a 60 and 70-year-old.
Mark Gordon is the personal physician to Toney, as well as several retired NFL athletes. He showed Outside the Lines the results from a basic blood test taken in March 2005, a month before Toney's championship bout against heavyweight John Ruiz. The results of that test suggest the then 36-year-old boxer was not only low in testosterone, but in the chemical IGF-1, a commonly used marker for growth hormone. A more rigorous follow-up test to confirm the initial findings was not performed.
I needed to check other aspects because of inability to lose weight, issues with strength, issues with memory, with focus.
In a 2004 preliminary study, researchers in Turkey found growth hormone deficiency in 45% of boxers. This month, those same researchers published a study that found deficits of the same hormone in 23% of kickboxers, a rate still many times higher than the general population.
From the results of these studies, it suggests that there's ongoing damage to the pituitary gland that at this point I really don't think people are paying much attention to.
Should they?
I think it certainly should be looked at.
In fact, one NFL-funded study comparing boxing to football found that the collisions on any given Sunday can be more devastating than any punch delivered in a ring.